Hi, welcome back to Forgotten Legends of Sound, and today we are going to do No Use for a Name, More Betterness, and it's my pick today. So we haven't really done like a punk album for the channel, so it was just kind of like a good opportunity to do something a little bit different. No metal, just doing a punk album today. So I wanted to do this album. I didn't really have like a super strong reason except for the fact that I don't know, like No Use for a Name, I don't really consider No Use for the Name as like super underrated or underground, but I think that No Use for a Name has a little bit more impact for a lot of like other punk bands and whatnot. And I just think that maybe they get kind of left out with how much they've influenced like the pop punk sound of the 2000s, and these guys were like doing stuff like early 90s. Like I think they were formed in like 1986, so it's like they're an older like punk band, not 70s old, but and so yeah, I just wanted to do this album, go through it with lyrics so that we could just kind of see what they put out, and share it with all of you. I know you've got some history from like childhood and stuff with this album and this band, and so do I, but like I'll let you share that a little bit. But
sure.
Yeah,
like right now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now. No, I'm glad you're doing this because I like No Use for a Name a lot. I think that they are a bit like, I guess, special for me, like I don't expect every person to like fall in love with them, but at the same time I'm kind of like, I think they came at like an important time. Like I grew up with them, like so kind of the story of how like we came across No Use for a Name. My our older brother,
Right.
He would play punk music and stuff, and sometimes we wouldn't know like what he's playing because he did have some of those Punkorama compilations and
Right,
stuff,
yeah.
and he had just different kind of punk bands. Anyways, he was playing two songs from this. I remember, I think it was on like a mix or something that he had. And it was Not Your Savior and Chasing Rainbows. And I remember just like, whoa, these songs are so cool and really catchy and stuff. And I remember I asked Lee, I was like, whoa, who is this? And he's like, it's an underground band, and I was just like, cool. Yeah, they must be really cool, And it's funny because at the time, like underground stuff in the '90s or whatever, it was, from my interpretation, is kind of like we didn't have the internet. It was kind of like, it wasn't like on a major label or anything like that. So to everyone like at that time, it was like, yeah, this was like underground stuff. Whereas the internet age, it's like it's kind of changed our definitions of what's underground. But that's a whole nother topic altogether. So anyways, so that was whenever we were probably in like 5th grade or something.
Right.
We were pretty young.
We were like 9, 10.
Yeah, we were pretty young.
Something
and
like
then
that.
when we were about 15, because it was whenever we moved to Florida, I remember I was looking on, I think it was CD Universe, or it was one of those online websites to order CDs, and they had a 30-second sampler, and I remember I was kind of like, I wonder about No Use for It. Like I came across, like I heard their name, because I was checking out punk stuff and whatnot. And at that time I was also getting into Bad Religion a lot too. Like they were a band that, like, I remember that You song, but I didn't really know anything from my childhood because I remember Lee playing that,
Yeah.
Anyways, so it was kind of like this resurgence of kind of like punk stuff in like, 9th grade or so. And I remember I listened to 30-second clips of like Not Your Savior, and I was like, holy crap, this is the song. It's the band that's so underground, like, I was like, man, what? And then I heard Chasing Rainbows, the 30-second clip for that, and then I was just like, oh no, doing that chorus or something, make sure you stop chasing rainbow. And I was like, dude, this is the same band. And it was really cool. Like, it's so fun to find something that was lost for like years and years or something, and then discover it and realize what it is. Because over those years, before I knew who even sang those songs, I would think of those songs and I'd like hum them, like the melodies are still in my head, but I didn't know the words or anything like that. I didn't know the song names or anything. So then, like pretty soon after that, we ran to like, I think it was FYE in Florida. We ran to a CD store and I checked to see if they had this album, and they only had the previous album, the Making Friends.
Yeah.
So then I just bought that on a whim, on the strength of, this album. And I love that album also. That one was my first album that I got from them. And then from there on, I think we just went to Sound Exchange and I picked up more of their albums and stuff over the years. But No Use for a Name is an awesome band. Like the lyrics are really cool. Like I don't know, they're kind of they used to be more hardcore in the early 90s in their sound and stuff. And then later on they started kind of adding more pop kind of like sensibilities, I guess. So now that's kind of more, this is more like pop punk kind of ish sounding.
Right.
But I think it's a phenomenal album.
And I just wanted to add too is like, we all grew up in Southern California and all the Orange County scene and all those punk bands and everything. Like punk was really big at our schools and everything.
Even when we were younger.
And the weird thing with punk is today, I don't know if like punk's music, I don't know if like punk really exists anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've never met anyone that only listens to punk music. It's like always like a metalhead who likes punk or a person who likes rock music and they like punk. Like people that only like punk, I don't know if those people exist anymore.
I'm kind of glad at the same time though, because man, dude, I got turned off by punk like in high school just because all the punk rock kids I won't get into any stories, but oh dude, like.
A lot of the punk kids thought they knew everything.
Yeah, and it was just so...
they're fucking annoying.
Yeah, like, and just so many contradictions and just whatever. Like,
yeah.
But I still like punk. I just... some of the punk kids just really got on my nerves.
Yeah. So, anyways, like, I just... I'm happy to do this album, and it'll be nice to go through it with lyrics and everything. But before we jump into lyrics and everything, did you want to add anything, like, with kind of your history with
I've listened to these guys a little bit from you guys, but it is weird because it's like Offspring, Green Day, all those other bands that like got popular, and it's kind of the pop punk, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I wonder why they're not in there. Like NoFX is in there, all these other bands like that are in there, but these guys, I don't feel like have a big push like all the rest. So I find that kind of weird because, of course, I heard all those other bands, but I didn't really jump into these guys. So. Yeah. I've heard them from you guys, so
yeah. And it's like all the freaking like a lot of bands that all of us share with each other. They're all bands that we don't really find other people sharing with us, and we're kind of like, well, why aren't other people sharing that? Like, why aren't people talking about this kind of stuff? It's just kind of, I don't know, kind of cool. Like, I don't know, you were on your own wavelength of finding music and stuff that was very kind of unique. I think you were as well. I was as well, and it was just kind of a. Nowadays, I don't have anything against, like popularity and people getting into things easy, but for a lot of people, music is a very social thing. Oh, well, my friends listen to this. And then, like, by chances, it's like, chances are your friends are probably listening to something that's really popular. Right. So it's like, yeah, my friend played Metallica or my friend played Sum 41 or whatever, and then it's just kind of like this social sort of thing. I think that sometimes if you're getting into, and this is one reason why I think the internet is kind of cool, is like, if you are being able to like get influenced into bands and stuff that people are not talking about, or if you're like actively searching for music, then you could find some really interesting stuff, that you won't find in a magazine or something like that. It's so much easier nowadays to find music that sounds a little bit different. And it's really interesting because like, sorry, this is a side tangent here, but like, it's interesting because like a band like Nirvana made all of these bands that influenced them famous, because Nirvana broke through and got really famous. Whereas in the 80s and stuff, all these like alt rock kind of bands and stuff that influenced Nirvana's sound, nowadays, like back in the day, it's not like you were getting tons of review. Like when Slowdive freaking released their, Souvlaki album, everyone hated it when it came out. It was like, yeah, this album's whatever, for shoegaze. And they're just kind of like, this genre is like dying now and whatnot. And nowadays it's like a freaking classic album.
Right.
But same thing with like Pixies Doolittle, which like influenced Nirvana. Like some of these albums and stuff, like nowadays, like the music culture is like, these are the masterpieces that shaped,
Yeah.
But it's kind of like sometimes you need a really important band or a really like famous band in order to even highlight some of these obscure bands and whatnot. Right. And I wonder sometimes like, with the internet age and with like popular, like Fat Mike even writing a song about Tony Sly, that might make people be like, oh, who's Tony Sly? Who, and then go check out No Use for a Name. So it is kind of cool. Like, I'm glad that some bands do get popular, and then you're able to find more obscure bands because they broke through in a way that those other bands maybe didn't at the time or something.
I do find it funny that there's a lot of bands that like music and bands a lot of them get retconned, you know what I mean? Or like retroactively going back, and then the internet culture today is like, oh, this band is fantastic. And then it's like, people weren't saying it was fantastic 30 years ago. Yeah. And I guess like our attempt today is we're going to try and retcon No Use for a Name. And we're going to be like, this band was so big. Like, it was such an important band and everything. You know, so everyone would be like, wow, man, I need to get into No Use for a Name.
How did I miss them?
Yeah. So, anyways, I
miss the 90s when everyone listened to No Use for a Name. And then like they'll put a song in like a 90s movie, you know, because like the director loves No.
I know.
And then all of a sudden
everyone loves
No Use for a Name is suddenly this 90s band that everyone's like,
and then people start saying like, yeah, man, I saw Green Day and No Use for a Name together, and I think Green Day opened for No Use for a Name, you know, like, nah. Anyway, so
it is interesting how history does kind of get shaped by looking back on it, rather than at the time it wasn't as appreciated or realized yet.
Yeah, it just, you know, No Use for a Name, like they got disbanded in like 2012. We just we want to show some appreciation for what they've done and contributed to music. So, anyways, we are gonna. Go ahead.
I was just like, I remember reading the liner notes for Making Friends, and Chris Shiflett like just joined them or whatever, and added more guitars and stuff. And I was kind of like, man, this is so cool. And you know, for some reason that name always like stuck out to me in it, because they had this picture of them. They're like new member or whatever of like No Use for a Name or something. And I was like, yeah, he's probably a cool dude, because their music is really awesome and stuff. And it's just kind of funny, like when Tony Sly passed away like a decade ago, I felt kind of sad, because I grew up with like No Use for a Name. And I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you know, this celebrity died, and like, oh man, I felt that. Crying. Like I start crying. Like you know, I understand that like I don't know these people, like I don't know, you know, like.
But there's still a part of them that's a part of you, just through
through like a indirect way through their music. I've just appreciated what they've created and done, and even the other members of, you know, like Rory Koff and, you know, other random names. I can't remember everybody in the band or whatever, but like. I'm just so like, I know we've expressed this on the channel before, but like we wanted to share music that we just really enjoy, and I'm really grateful for all these artists that have made stuff to enjoy, like as you know, through my life. So, anyways, just a little plug in there of like gratitude.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start the album. We are going to score each song. And do a little ranking, talk about it. So let's just jump into it.
All right. So here is track 1, Not Your Savior. All right, pretty dope.
La diferencia debería ser más amplia. Ahí va Cuauhtémoc por el tercero. Para Luis, ¡gol! ¡Gol!
Like, these fucking melodies are so ingrained in me. Like, man, so cool.
Glamorous,
Fudging masterpiece. It's your turn to start,
All right,
Kevin.
yep.
But...
All right. So since this is my pick today, I get to start, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and give it a. Well, why not? Let's give it a 10. I mean, you know,
Oh, we're just throwing out tens today, huh? Just throwing out tens today.
Why not throw out a 10? You know, like feeling a little generous. You know, feeling a little, you know, feeling pretty good. You know, like why not? Let's do a little 10 action. I like this song. I like just the melody. I like the sad vibes in it and everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's got some great transitions. You know. Everyone sucks, but I, you know, just great moments, great transitions. It just flows really well. It's a great punk rock song or whatever, skater punk, pop punk, whatever you want to call it. It's just a great song.
Just say punk, melodic hardcore.
Yeah,
you know, like
let's just get into this crap.
Yeah. So not much more to add though. What score do you give, Chad?
Man,
just forget our whole generous time. No, just go ahead and share what you. It's fine.
Well, like I do like it, but when I listen to this type of like this punk, like I want it to be more upbeat. I want it to be more fun, and like I want to feel like just jovial and fun adolescence and talking crap. Like NoFX and Green Day, like they almost have like this certain vibe to it. And I get the same vibe from this, but it's a lot more somber and sad. Like even in his vocals and the melodies, but
it like bums you out when you want to be like pumped up.
Like, dude, I'm trying to be a little pumped up. But I did like the lyrics. I did like some of the catchy stuff going on. So, oh man,
sounds like a 10.
Let's give it. Let's give it an 8.5.
8.5. That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
That's still really high, guys. Come on.
No, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take
it.
it.
8.5.
And me and Kevin have listened to this crap for so many years, and Chad's more newer at it. So in a way, you're kind of getting more. I mean, I know I went through this out with you years ago, but I mean, it's you know, like it's more like fresh, more newer for you. So you have a different perspective than me and Kevin do, where we're like talking about the good old days. You know. So it's just kind of just difference of like but I do kind of want to highlight some of the lyrics. Like I love this song because this song is about
tinkering and driving. When I choked, that was good.
Dude,
I was like, that was good.
I was gonna show that off because like you know when you don't have any fuel. And it's like, and it's like it's not starting. And then he's basically saying, "I'm not your savior. I'm not reliable. You'll believe me when I tell you. Whenever I let you down."
Yeah,
and that's fucking sad. You know, like gosh,
dude,
dang.
And dude, that other line in there, where is it? Like a good little boy.
Yeah, like a good boy. I'll pretend and promise not to do it again. But and the thing too is like you know, a lot of like punk stuff. I think you can relate with addictions and stuff. And I think these guys probably did drugs and stuff too. You know what I mean? Like I don't know their personal lives. I don't even know if that's like fully accurate or whatnot. But when I'm reading some of these lyrics, I feel like it's coming from a place of like at least maybe having some understanding of addictions or something.
And a cowardly mistake I've made so many times before. It's like repeating the same crap
over and over again.
I don't know. You guys know my freaking associations with drugs and lyrics and
but it's just kind of like it's one of those things where like I just think their lyrics are really freaking underrated and they're really sad and I don't know. I like that sad bastard music.
I do like some a little melancholy and some punk. You know, that's kind of a cool, you know.
Because the thing is like in emo stuff, like sure, it's like, beginning with like all the 80s emo sound or like the Midwest emo sound. But when we say emo, we're like talking about the pop punk emo.
Yeah, the hot topic emo.
The black hair, like the I'm not okay lyrics and stuff. Like there was something about that stuff that it didn't sound super sad to me. But my peers and other people my age were like eating that crap up and they're like, they understand what it's like, And for some reason, like other bands kind of connected more to me, whereas emo didn't. I am warming up to like emo kind of stuff now. I'm less critical as I was before, I used to be like, freaking emo, this sucks, freaking gay.
Like,
but
dude,
now I'm like,
we're kids too, so it's
but it just made me wonder, why isn't this stuff connecting with kids other than me, other than me and you, like why isn't other kids like able to connect to this stuff, but they just didn't know it,
Plus, like a lot of people, they get into music when they're older, whether it's like when they're teenagers or when they're adults. But like I think because we had like an older sibling and everything, we were able to get into
stuff earlier.
From a little earlier, because I've mentioned it before in the past that I was just like, you know, I knew the first 5 Metallica albums like frontwards and backwards by the time like I was in like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. You know, and when I would see people in high school who are like, oh dude, Metallica, and they're just getting into it, I was like already burned out of Metallica. I was like, dude, you guys like you should have been into this like 8 years ago or whatever. And it's just you know, opportunity. You know,
they didn't have that opportunity that we did.
That we had that opportunity
to get into this popular band.
to get into this popular band, you know, and
well, it's kind of like my dad, dude, just blasted music constantly since I was in diapers, man. Like, I just
it's like Meshuggah Baby. There's a video of this Meshuggah Baby, and the baby's just like rocking out while he's like blasting some Meshuggah, and he's just like bending his knees and stuff,
like,
it's kind of funny. All right. Sorry, I didn't even give a score or anything. I give it a 10. I give it 10. So, should we move on to Life Size Mirror?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah, really dope. I love the intro guitar and the outro guitar. Like, that melody is just freaking dope. Here is Life Size Mirror.
She just sounds sad.
Sounds what?
Sad.
Yeah.
Done before the start, always mending broken hearts, making others miserable, not knowing who she's hurting. Father said this day would be one for everyone to see. Is it true you'll follow suit and have you learned nothing? It's just a selfish way to go. It's safe to say she'll never know. For every person self-destruct as she gets old. She put up defensive shields to walk through all of life's minefields, all defined by makeup and a car behind she's hiding. Father, do you have to go? Let me questions I don't know. Any answer or even close, the lifetime I was true. She's gonna move on with her life and take it one heart at a time, and watch the little girl inside her wait behind as she moves on. But with this black heart she decides you should take it and shove aside until the day she sees that everyone has gone. Getting used to people leaving, thinking true love is deceiving. So she'll know how lonely it can be. Now was it really worth the pain? A couple pills make her feel sane as she lives out the story, lives in for the part she is to blame. With so much shame for her to hide, there's no more dignity, no pride, and there will only be dark in her light of day. And she will only see a reflection of her father's rejection. Nothing will change until she breaks this life-size mirror.
Kind of just like intro and outro combined on everything.
All right, Chad.
Holy death, that was sad as shit. Yeah, man, holy crap.
This album's kind of bumming you out.
It's kind of bumming me out, dude. Like, I thought we were gonna get all punky and have some fun, and jeez.
Hey, good morning, Chad. Life sucks.
Nah, dude, like, I am really liking this dude's lyrics, like, because when I know we did that a while ago, but, like, I've put it on a couple times and, like, gone through an album or two. But hearing everything, it's like, holy death, dude.
Yeah, do you feel like the songs probably impact more knowing what the lyrics are and stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's hard to understand, it's just, I don't think I've sat down and really listened, so it's been kind of like background noise for me, like most of the time I put it on.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a lot, so yeah, I really like that song. It was just sad as crap. And that little it's just like a classic, like, just pop punk little riff going on.
Yeah.
I feel like this song, like, this sound really influenced the 2000s pop punk stuff.
Yeah.
Like Blink-182, these guys, Green Day.
Like,
I just feel like it really affected the 2000s, but then it morphed into different stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but
actually, man, I think musically I might have liked one a little better, but with this one, just the impact of the lyrics and everything, I'm gonna give this one a 9.
9, yeah. Remember, like, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I was telling you why, like, I like No Use for a Name so much, and I was going on about how, like, when I was younger, like, The Offspring and No Use for a Name both had lyrics that had to do with, like, domestic problems, you know, like family problems, just life kind of problems and stuff. Whereas when I was younger, the punk stuff that was all political and stuff, I was kind of just like, whatever, you know, or like they're just trying to sound like they could solve the problem.
They're half-baked ideas.
Yeah. That stuff kind of turned me off. Like, whereas this stuff, like, I felt like I was able to just relate to it a lot more. And I think that's the reason why some of those songs, like, really resonated a lot with me.
Especially freaking Offspring, dude. Holy death. Like, Offspring when we were kids.
Yeah, growing up as 90s kids.
Yeah.
You know?
And some of their songs coming true.
Yeah, kids aren't all right. And all that
holy
stuff.
death.
Yeah, true. I'm giving that one a 9 as well. I think it's a fantastic song. I do like the lyrics, and it's just not much to add. Just a great song, you know, kind of continues things.
You know, I feel like musically, I feel like it's more of an 8 for me. You know, it's a little more just kind of standard song. You know, but like the lyrics are really good. So I like the just sad stuff, you know. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do forget this song, you know, but then when it's playing, I'm like,
You're like,
oh
this
yeah,
is a good
right.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but, yeah.
Cool. You guys ready for Chasing Rainbows?
Yep.
Yeah.
10. Like in the live, like all the time, like the live one.
Just look at this today. Let yourself down once again. Trust that your feelings in a place that no one goes. Will you do anything to satisfy your soul cold? When there's something you want to know before you explode. All I wanna do is make sure you stop chasing rainbows. Trusting those around you is an easy thing to do. I'm not saying don't believe in someone that you don't know. Just don't go on thinking that the whole world doesn't It's all fucked up. Being reserved and quiet. She doesn't understand the message that you send. Don't give it all away somewhere. Sometimes there's someone who can replace that state of mind. You never give it time. All I wanna do is make sure you stop chasing rainbows. Letting everybody crawl inside your heart and mind. Kicking you
fun of being outside up. You're outside. You're outside
your head.
Outside, you're inside because you're always inside your head. Yeah. Anyways, I give that one a 10. Just awesome lyrics, awesome song, and there's something about that chorus that's so catchy, but also like we've been saying, it still continues that melancholic kind of vibe that No Use for a Name does. And another thing too is I think that NoFX influenced these guys, and these guys probably influenced NoFX a lot too, because I do see a lot of parallels with like their sound. It's just NoFX is not like all sad and whatever. It's more like upbeat goofy, and whatnot, you know. Yeah, but they both kind of employ similar tactics, you know. Even in not so much on this album, but even on the 2 albums before, No Use for a Name did a lot of the with the drumming, you know, kind of that fast sort of drumming that NoFX did in the punk kind of 90s stuff. But that's a fantastic freaking song, just really awesome. Yeah, trusting folks, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna give it a 10. Also, I mean, yeah, I'm biased because you know I heard this song in my childhood and everything, and I loved it back then. I still love it now. I like the whole sentiment of like, you know, hey, I'm not telling you to not like believe in people, but it's all screwed up. Watch it. Yeah, to watch it. Yeah, and it just, you know, like, I don't know, it just, whenever I read these lyrics, like, because when we were teenagers and we actually got these albums, like some of these songs, I did know the lyrics, and I was just kind of like, man, I don't know of like other bands that like just write exactly like this, you know. And so I like the sentiment in this song. So
I do feel like they have a certain sound, like how they do melodies and stuff is really kind of unique for them. Like it's like, you could on a surface level you could say that these guys sound like, oh yeah, you know, Lagwagon and NoFX, like you could say other 90s kind of punk stuff. But then on like a music level, like there's a certain kind of like melody, and I think it is that sort of like kneeling into the sadder kind of sound without fully embracing it. Like that kind of is defined by it. I don't know.
Do you think it has something to do with like the tone of the guitar too? Like if it was a little higher, it might sound a little happier, or possibly. Is it just the way they're writing it? Like,
yeah, I feel like
it sounded similar to like some of that 90s punk stuff, but it's still different. Like, what is that like subtle difference?
I think
it's in transitions. I think it's the reason why like a lot of there's these sad tones is because they do those transitions so well, whether it's the vocal transitioning into the next part when he's like, I'm not telling, don't believe me. There's just these, it's just downer notes.
It's like sad melodies. Like they're playing in this key, that's the sad key or something. Like, and I do just, you know, I feel like, but the way they transition, it's all fudged up. You know, it's just it's just down notes all the time.
Yeah,
they're like not playing in like a major, you know, da na 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 na. It's not like power metal, like kind of like melody where they're just doing like major scale kind of notes all the time, you know. But they're kind of doing these like somber kind of notes, and like another thing too is another thing too is like how he writes a lot of times is he'll be like da na 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 da na 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 da na 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 da na 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 na. You know, like he has a very like it goes through a journey. And it's also not very static like melodies either. It's not like we are up and not moving on, we got up and not station, we are up and not moving on, we are up and not moving on. That's a pretty damn good song. But you know what I mean? It's very like sing-along-y vibe, nursery rhymey, I guess, in a way. Like it goes through these sort of like, I don't know. It's not very static melodies. It's always he's rarely hitting the same note twice with his voice. It's always kind of different. I mean, I'm not saying he never does. Like, of course he does. But it changes a lot musically. What were you gonna say before I
think these guys do like. I don't know how their writing process is, like with the lyrics and the music and everything, but I do think that there is a bit of like that text painting kind of thing going on, where it's like whenever they say like they're starting to talk about her, there's like that glimmer of like hope and stuff. She na na na, you know, and then go and then like go right down, and you know, and like I just it just like, I don't know. It's just that weird combination of like optimistic, but then like being disappointed. I guess maybe that's kind of like some of the theme of like a lot of like
bring you up to bring you down.
Like this album. Like I don't know. It just I don't know. I just feel like the lyrics like match the flow of the music and everything.
Definitely.
Like it works pretty well. So
Yeah, true.
what
do you think, Chad?
Yeah, what score are you gonna give?
I'm like, dude, in the back of my mind, I'm like, do I rate this higher? Should I have a little lower scores?
You're like trying to be as accurate as.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying here, guys. I'm freaking trying.
It's hard though when you're not. You haven't listened to something. You haven't dissected it.
Yeah,
you
I'm just
haven't.
kind of in the moment right now.
It's more of an in moment thing.
Yeah.
You know?
9. Just freaking put a 9, right?
Moving on.
Moving on.
All right.
Yeah. All right. You guys ready for Lies Can't Pretend?
Yeah.
Let's do it. And that's the reason why I wanted to pick this album is like I'm familiar with it musically, but I don't know all of the lyrics for some of these later songs.
Yeah.
So I'm like that's one reason why I wanted to do it too, to really get the you know
The meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Here's Lies Can't Pretend.
it's like Sling Blade, you know.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that. He did it, boy.
On a side note, dude, I love when like freaking Coen Brother movies. They always talk like in funny ways and stuff, and it's so fucking quotable. I don't know. I like those movies a lot.
Yeah.
I know Sling Blade's not a Coen Brother, but it made me think. It made me think of just some of those movies. I don't know, it's just kind of funny. Alrighty, here's Lies Can't Pretend.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go!
Go.
Go.
Yes, go!
Yeah, go. More sad stuff. Here we go.
Yeah, this one, yeah. That's a great line. I love that line.
Just another way of thinking that people will change when it seems they're not there for you. True cannot lie. Never heard a better word than trust. Yes, until you know that it's true and right. Let me count the ways that I feel so sorry. When it rains, it drains the spirit dry. We all have our mishaps, misfortune, missed opportunity, and the strength to carry on. Consider yourself free. You don't deserve this. Lies can't pretend. Just another way of thinking that people will change when it seems they're not there for you. True cannot lie. Never heard a better word than trust. Yes, until you know that it's true and right. True and right.
Does anybody care?
Does anybody?
Does anybody? Yeah. Which song was that?
Track one on.
Is that on
Making Friends?
Okay, yeah. I was like,
the answer is still no.
yeah. I'm gonna give this one a 9.5. I like this one.
This is a great
and
one.
I think it would have been like more of an 8.5 or a 9, but man, those lyrics were great, man. I like the connection between the two people and the letter and everything, and like, you know, hey, your life is bad, mine is bad too. More sad stuff, you know, like, and I do like the man. They're so damn hopeful sometimes, you know, and then like just trying to commiserate and be like, you don't deserve this, like it just. I like that song, man. Dude, I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like when people have gone through hard times and stuff, like I feel like that idea of like I'm cursed or like maybe this is like, you know, what I'm supposed to accept or whatever. That line, "You don't deserve this," is fudging. I love that crap because people don't deserve the shit that happens to them in their life. They don't, you know, unless they're like freaking Hitler or like, there's like you kind of got it coming, like, but like until they're like a real piece of crap or something. Yeah. But for the most part, so many like innocent people get hurt and they don't deserve that. Crap.
And that's the thing that bugs me a lot in this world is that like, you know, there's a lot of people that do a lot of crappy things to people and everything, and it's like they deserve what comes to them. That's why everyone loves those like karma videos and stuff, right? But like man, like it really bums me out when it's like the innocent people who are getting hurt by people, and it's like, dude, they didn't have anything to do with your fudged up life, you know, and now you're bringing them into your, you know, it just
it's like that Offspring song, nothing changes because it's all the same. The words you get, the one you give away, it all just happens again way down the line.
And all those things you learn.
And it's kind of like I do like it when people that have hurt people like try to make restitution or try to change. That's why I love that freaking Silent Voice movie, animated one, because like in case you guys haven't seen it, he's like a bully or whatever, like as a kid. But I mean, in a way, it's like he's like kind of jerk, you know, and he's like picking on this girl that's deaf and stuff, you know, because his like classmates are all like laughing. I know you guys have seen this movie, but you know, I'm just explaining for that. So you see, Kevin, there's this one fucking scene of the fireworks, and like, anyways, it's just a great movie, and I love like I feel like so like when I was a kid, you know. So I grew up in California and I like had friends, and then I moved to Florida and realized I don't have any friends. So it kind of really changed my thinking when it came to like social things and whatnot and all that.
Like how you treat people.
And how I treat people, because I know in California I wasn't as careful with people. Like I would laugh along with people and make fun of people and stuff, you know. And it's and it's just like I you know, when I was in high school, then I started like feeling more bad about it. Granted, I was a kid. I'm not gonna freaking crucify myself for being a dumb kid.
Yeah. Sure.
But at the same time, I'm glad that I grew up and I learned a little bit more empathy that I didn't really have before. And sometimes going through hard things teaches you to be a little bit more empathetic and whatnot. And that's always a good thing. You know?
I still like hold like a little bit of guilt over like some of the things that I did and everything. But then whenever the person like passes away or something, and it's like there's nothing I can do, I can't like make restitution. I can't, you know, I can't make it right or anything. All I can do is try and like just be a better person now, you know, and not make the same mistake, you know. But that's what life is, man. A lot of mistakes.
I grabbed that freaking deaf girl's ear thing and I like threw it on, and I was all like, "Go Bush." No.
Then I came up and I smashed her ears.
That's all in the movie.
I mean, I was terrible. I was awful. No.
What do you give this song, Chad?
Man, dude, there's some really high scores here, guys.
Pretty solid.
I love how
I'm a sucker for sad sack shit, dude, I swear.
We like turned this into like a confessional.
Every song. And this one time in fifth grade.
No, sorry, I cut you off. I was just
okay.
But these lyrics make me remember kind of different things and brings up interesting topics that like another album probably wouldn't.
I thought this album we were gonna be like, it's gonna be like an hour long, but we're like going off on so many tangents. It's gonna be a lot longer.
But that's fine.
But it's fine
for a punk album. We were like expecting it to be so shorter, but we got things we gotta say.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go with a 9 on this one. It's kind of up there with 2 and 3 for me.
Yeah.
And the lyrics, like, dude, I really like this guy's lyrics. Like,
yeah.
The
other thing
Tony
that
Sly.
The other thing that this band does with their lyrics is they'll have a line, but like they're finishing the thought like
in the
like,
next line.
In the exactly. So it's like I never wanted to go to the bed. you know, like they do that a lot. You know?
Yeah, they do.
And I found a way to find that I am the one who, you know, like, but when you're listening, that's why I think I had a hard time like understanding some of the lyrics because
it wasn't
because if there's like a vocal break and then there's some music, you're not expecting a new sentence
those connecting pieces.
You're not expecting the sentence to continue when that vocal breaks.
So I'm just like, man, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
you're just like, I don't know it.
Yeah. You guys ready for why doesn't anybody?
You gotta
my
give your score.
Sorry, I forgot. I gave it a 9 as well. I think fudging 9.5. I'm doing 9.5 because
9.5 it.
It's pretty
9.5. It's a great freaking song, and I do like the lyrics. And I don't know, No Use for Name is really underrated.
Does
I think they're cool.
anybody?
I like how they have the Glenn Ross little intro thing for that. That's pretty cool.
Anyways, what's your name?
Fuck you. That's my name. Okay. We won't. We'll stop it. I promise. I promise we'll stop it. No, we won't. Like a good boy, I'll pretend and promise not to do it again. All right, you guys ready for why doesn't anybody like me?
Let's do it.
All righty. Question we've all asked ourselves. No. I like that humor where it's like half, like, you know, it's like, you know, half jabby, half, you know.
Understanding what keeps them awake at night. What goes through their little minds when you turn off the light. Always having to say sorry, tears that stain on my pillow. Like the light of the moon that can't be won. Dances without the sun, listening clearly for a while. Can it shine without a smile? Why am I alone with no one to be found? Looks like they know what's best for me. Why doesn't anybody like me? I don't understand.
We were both doing the same thing.
And I don't know why I'm sitting by myself with the problem is in mind.
The guitar solo on the song is fucking dope. I guess they'll hear it when it comes, but I don't hear it.
Been around the block a few times, been beat up by all his friends. Learning life is like a maze that never seems to end. Like an open book, break pages left for only to write. Life is short, this chapter takes so long. Can't tell the right from the wrong. It's so hard for you to place an expression on his face. Why am I alone with no one to be found? Looks like they know what's best for me. Why doesn't anybody like me? I don't understand. Guess I'll have to crawl inside. And I don't know why I'm sitting by myself with the problem is in mind. Why doesn't anybody like me? I don't understand. Why my friends and family left me. At 6 years old, he won't be tired of meaning to this mess. He'll just have to take a guess and make his own plan. But we'll never see the child that was supposed to be a man.
I know, like you, that's
It's like,
Man, this is a more depressing
Yeah,
album.
like-
loving me.
they just have that in there. It's like, holy damn, we can't do it, man.
I'm so sad.
Each song is like sad freaking. Oh crap, man! All right, Chad, you're up, man.
Dude, yeah, like going through those lyrics, man, this guy. You got a lot of pain in you, didn't you, buddy? A lot of pain in you. Dude, I don't. I like that. I'm giving that one a 10, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in that one a 10.
Ooh, there we go. First 10.
An interesting one filled in with a bunch of safe ones.
High fidelity. Point of no return. Point of no return.
No, sorry. Did you want to add more?
No, just a 10, dude. Like, I think, I don't know. Like, I can relate it to a lot of the lyrics, like, so far. It's just,
Yeah,
super at 6 years old, you know, no one's gonna tell him the meaning of this
just have
mess.
to take a guess.
It's like, holy crap, man!
It's a good line.
Oh, dude, you guys, I gotta take a piss.
I knew it. Yeah, man.
We're off the rails for this video, I guess, but you know, whatever.
That's okay.
All right, what are you gonna give it, Ian?
I'm gonna give it. What's funny, dude, is this song I didn't like it when I was in high school.
Yeah, me neither.
I was kind of like, oh, why doesn't anybody like me? Oh, please accept me. And I was. I was like this hard ass freaking 16-year-old that was like, no one's gonna accept you, and like you don't need them. I'm like freaking like Trevor Durden on freaking we don't need them, holding his hand in a freaking little acid thing and stuff, going on about how when we've lost everything, that's when we could do.
Oh
anything.
yeah, Fight Club, Fight Club,
yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
No, but like it's just funny because I was so unsympathetic to this freaking song. Could you hear us when you were in there or no? Not really. Oh, I was just saying like like I didn't like this song that much when I was in high school because I was like, oh, why doesn't anybody like me except me, please? Like there's something about it.
I heard you like hardcore.
Yeah, I was just like. It was almost, I was so unsympathetic, I guess, and I was just kind of like, you don't need, fudge on me, or whatever, But now, like, the older I get, the more I'm like, this is a great freaking song. I can see why people like it, and I like the guitar little bit, like, that's cool. Man, I don't know what to rate this one. I'm not sure. Let me hear your thoughts before I do it.
I remembered the last like 2 lines and everything, he was forced to be a man, but I never understood what
the context
of before it and everything. And like, this one, man, I'm gonna give it a 9. I don't I don't know. Like, I'm enjoying a lot of these, but I don't think it's like a masterpiece.
Kind of looks like
it. Dude.
But it's pretty good. Maybe I'll give it a 9.5.
Yeah, 9.5.
9.5. 9.5. Yeah, that sounds
dude,
about
masterpiece.
Right.
That's that's
that's a little hard.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like now when I hear this song and I know like some of the lyrics better, certain moments are gonna mean more.
Yeah.
Whereas it's just like not just like whatever, man. It just
That's funny.
Go ahead and leave mine as a 9. Go ahead and leave
What's
mine
funny
as a 9.
is that intro and outro
correct.
guitar riff. I feel like it is a little out of place for the song. But it's still it's still a good song. It's still great. I'm gonna give it an 8.5, but a part of me wants to give it more. I want to give it more, but I don't know. I got this old bias in me where I'm like, this is like one of the weaker ones on the album. It's gotta be one of the weaker ones. No, maybe I will.
I thought those lyrics were freaking awesome though. The whole like why is all this crap? Why is all this crap happening? Like I'm just a kid or whatever, and like when the problem's not mine. That's a great.
I didn't see it as like wasn't anybody like me? Like by the title, like it
like
sounds
my
like
savage ass.
But
some
in the context,
that's not what it is though.
But dude, in the context of like a kid saying these things, that's freaking heartbreaking, dude.
It is
Dude, Chad, you might want to. I'm gonna go 9.5.
You can put it to a 10 now.
I won't judge you for doing a 10.
That did throw me off.
I was like, what? But that's some sad freaking crap from the mind of us fudging 6-year-old. Like,
what are you gonna do?
Gosh dang.
Yeah, I like their lyrics, man. I think that a lot of problems and stuff usually come from like the home, you know, and I think I think people have to really be careful, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Your family may take care of you, but they're gonna fudge you up too.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, be careful with other people, and I don't know, just be as considerate as you can. But I don't know, some things in life, like, you only learn by making the mistakes, though.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's not like you could just learn to just freaking be, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, you have to learn the hard way.
It's funny because going
I
into
gotta learn
this
the hard way. It sucks.
going into this video today, I thought that this was going to be a short video.
Yeah.
I thought there wouldn't be very much to talk about. We would just be like, oh, cool, melodic, you know,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
But like these lyrics are really bringing out a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of
dude.
discussion.
Yeah, a lot of discussion. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we should probably press on with all possible
Yeah.
dispatch.
You guys ready for sleeping in?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Know the sad one?
Very much.
Wait, is this the happy one?
Yeah. This song is a song that I'll just sing playing afterwards, I guess. It always gets stuck in my head, like, right, it's time to pop my head.
Packing up the pictures in an old shoebox. It's so silent I can almost hear you walk down the hall, standing in front of that window. And if heaven is so high, then why are you so low? Does it feel that you're taking back the love that made you real? In my darkness, you were always in his face, and I could never take the place of him. Today I'm sleeping in. Woke up, it's too late, and I should be in school. There's always something wrong when you ignore the rules. Never want to see myself in front of that window, sucking up your tears. Didn't wanna let me know too much. Reaching out your hand for one last touch. Take me with you. Everybody here is fake, and I don't wanna feel the same when you give it. In a lifetime, time will always take our place, and I will lay shielded from the pain. This is a long time from today. You gave me all that I could take. You gave me strength to carry on in the darkness. And I always see his face, and I don't wanna be there when you do. Give it. In a lifetime, time will always take our place, and I will lay shielded from the pain. I do whatever I want. You never let me down. I always know we're lost. Somehow you're found. Above that glass of these consequences now. And that's okay. And that's
Was that from the live?
First,
Me first-
give it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
One more time.
One time. Yeah.
All right, Ian. Yeah, you get to go first on this one.
So I always, that song, that one and Chasing Rainbows both gave me chills while listening to them, because I think there's just a lot of personal association with those songs. This one I feel like is like losing a loved one or whatever, you know, the whole like, if heaven is so high, why are you so low, like in the ground or whatever, you know, and like, you know, I don't know, I just find it kind of sad, like kind of like the aftermath of like, you know, the love that's gone, but you did give me a lot to like kind of press on, strength and whatnot, you know. I think it's just really freaking sad song. I'm giving it a 10. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
And randomly, randomly,
no, go
like, I'll just like in my head, like out of nowhere, I'll be at the store or something, and they're like, na 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 na. There's something about that melody that always pops in my head all the freaking time. There's another song that always pops in my head, and I freaking hate it because I don't really care for the song. It's that freaking, I think it's Rihanna or something like. It's the freaking, it's like not even popping in my head now. But it's that one that's like going on about like, if I was a boy, I think I would understand. There's something about that melody that random times it will pop in my head, and I don't know why. Like there's like a handful of songs that keep doing that for me.
Fudging melody.
Yeah, and it's just like
I don't know. I remember that Umbrella song playing. I don't want to fudge and shoot myself.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm glad I don't have that one so bad.
Yeah.
Because there's worse songs.
And at work on the radio, they still play that crap all the time.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it was constantly. And it was just
yeah, it was Ella.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm going to give this one a 9.5. I thought this song was a solid one. To me, this song was the most cryptic, I felt like, lyrically. It wasn't as
direct,
straightforward, understandable. But yeah, not much more to add. Great melody, you know. Take it away, Chad.
Man, I feel like I'm giving way too high, but no, that's the thing, dude.
It's
like
the moment, yeah. And plus, reading the lyrics when you're listening to it on your own, you're not like getting all the message, and it's not as
we're not discussing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it makes sense for it to not be like, oh, did I give too high? Like having the lyrics and being totally 100% absorbed in the song.
And this like type of music is a part of my childhood. It's like it's not this album, but stuff similar to it.
Yeah,
so.
right. Yeah. Yeah, like that screamo.
Yeah, you know.
Out of here, man.
Jeez. That he be jamming.
All right, okay. Just a disclaimer.
No, I'm joking. It's funny because we, like so many people that don't know metal, they just say anything with growls is screamo, so we talk about that. It's just kind of funny.
It's a pet peeve for Chad when people tell him he listens to screamo.
Yeah, it pisses me the fuck off. It shouldn't, but it does. But all right. Anyways.
So this song,
I'm gonna go with it. Oh man, 9.5.
Nice. Oh man. I think that's it. You guys ready for Fairy Tale of New York?
Yeah, let's do it.
This has got to be one of the greatest songs ever written by the Pogues.
I know, right?
You know, like the Pogues have some of the best written fudging songs ever. Anyways, disclaimer, I guess this is the cover.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
It was Christmas Eve, babe.
Hey, that's not Shane McGowan.
And all men said to me,
No, this is a such a beautiful song.
See another one. And then he sang a song.
It's funny because, dude, I heard this version before I ever heard the Pogues version because Lee had it on a mix.
I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true. Christmas Day. Christmas Day.
This moment on the book version is so great, though.
I could have been someone.
But so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you.
I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. And the boys of the NYPD choir still singing Galway Bay. And the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. And the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day.
Old-fashioned Irish love song.
For reals. Yeah, buddy. All right. So I get to go first for this one. I'm giving it a 10.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic song. I like this cover as well. You know, do I like the Pogues version more? I think I do like the Pogues version more.
You better.
But like, I think this is a pretty solid like cover and everything. You know,
It did a good job.
yeah. Sounds like a me first and the gimme gimmes kind of
like,
thing going, you know,
yeah,
just, you know, so, but I do want to share a quick story. It's funny because like, so like I've been married for I think like eight and a half years now, and like
Is that how you and
when-
Jenny spend Christmas now?
well that's the thing. Well that's the thing is like when we were dating, Jenny was at my house and it was like during Christmas time or whatever, and my mom was like, "Hey Kevin, put on some Christmas music," and I put this song on, and my mom wanted me to put on like, you know, Silent Night, you know, whatever, and I put this on, and you know, my now wife is like, "Oh man, like, you know, with the parts with like you're an old slut on junk." My wife, like, she was like, "Yeah, part of me like just fell in love with you on that day," and so it was like I did the right thing. You know, if you're trying to, you know, woo someone, you play something like play the Pogues.
Like I said, old-fashioned Irish love song.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So she likes that song. I like that song. It's a fantastic song. So Fairy Tale of New York. It is a classic.
It is. Yeah.
All right, Chad.
10.
How's your Christmas? Oh man.
Yeah, just I don't have much more to add. Just
Great song.
Awesome
Great
song.
lyrics.
Yeah.
And like the me first and the gimme gimme vibes, like just
yeah.
doing all those awesome songs, but putting a punk attitude to it, like just awesome.
That's another thing too, is like they change up instead of like 6/8 time, like the rhythm of the Pogues version is like 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3. They put it in 4/4 time, so it's like 1 2. You know, like they change the rhythm ever so slightly, but it still works. Like it's still a really good cover. I feel like I can't give it a 10 just because the original is fudging like brilliant.
Yeah, but Ian, if you don't give it a 10, that's a slight on Fairy Tale of New York.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, I'm just saying the cover is just not as good as that one as the original. So I feel like I can't give. I don't know, guys.
It's up to
I'm
you.
doing a 9.5.
Okay, that's fine.
It's still great.
That's
It's still
good.
enjoyable. But I feel like a lot of what's so enjoyable about the song is the original lyrics.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
everything about the song. It's. I don't know. There's very few
but
covers that transcend the original, I guess, and those ones
Yeah.
I'd probably give 10s. But I don't know.
Yeah. But they still did a pretty good job.
They still did a fantastic job.
But I do like Shane McGowan, and forgive me, I don't know the girl's
Kirsty
name.
McCall.
Is that her name?
Yeah,
okay.
Kirsty
I do
McCall.
like them going back and forth.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like, it's so
fucking
good.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant, as the English would say.
All right.
All right, you guys ready for Pride?
Yeah, let's do it. We're halfway through the
Whatever's
album.
gotten into our sweet little Lizzie?
Oh, it's nothing,
I
dear.
gotta leave in an hour or two.
It's probably just another one of those adolescent cycles. I believe the child psychiatrist would refer to it as the punk phase.
I see you clinging, stereotyping, just to feel comfort, just to belong. Desperate waiting to make sense of your life. Let me try to make you understand. You got it wrong. You're not gonna catch me waving flags over my head. Looking straight and standing tall.
Good old Bad Religion.
All right, Chad. What say you?
That one was just kind of there for me, guys.
Yeah.
Man, probably it was still good, and like I don't know if I'd ever go back to it, but yeah, I was gonna say like a 7 for me. Just kind of there for me.
Yeah.
Like lyrics didn't speak to me much. Wasn't really sure what they were going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, the song's kind of just like, oh, I don't want to feel like nationalistic and whatever and be all, I don't know.
Yeah, just the whole punk rock thing. You gotta hate. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just depends on, like, I'm totally fine if people are happy where they come from.
Yeah.
But if it gets to a point where we're like, and I think that we should probably invade this country.
Yeah, and then it's like,
you know, and like, I don't know. Yeah, I do feel like it's a little bit, for the lyrics, I feel like they're a little bit more like, I don't know. They escape from the whole internalizing kind of stuff. They're a little bit more highbrow in that sense of like talking
I don't
about
know.
like.
I didn't really get any of the nationalistic vibe, highbrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe, but
Huh. What vibe did you get? I give it a 7.5.
I kind of got just a whole lot of nothing. No, like this is probably the weakest song so far in terms of lyrics and everything. You know, I just, you know, like to me, I interpreted this song more of like, you know, trying to have some self-discovery. Find, you know, like do your own thing.
Don't want to be
you know?
stuck in the past. And
Yeah,
stuff.
don't be stuck
Yeah.
in
That's a good
whatever.
way to interpret
like,
it.
I don't view it
Yeah.
in yeah.
I always just interpreted it as kind of like, oh, I'm not like some either a Nazi or a person that's like,
Yeah, I don't
on
think
this-
it was like that. Yeah.
oh well, that's it.
But musically, I feel like the verse
it's-
section is the most interesting part. Like the dun 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 is not all that interesting. So I'll give it a 7.5 as well.
Yeah.
I'm not copying Ian, but it just you know
it's a great song.
it's a
but it
good
doesn't
song.
it doesn't have
I
the
mean,
song
yeah, dude,
impact
it's better than average. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
obviously didn't hate
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
we didn't hit it.
And I like the little intro.
like
you know what's coming in our little Eddie. You know?
Yeah,
based stuff
I just
going
feel
on.
like the lyrics aren't as you don't internalize them as much, and,
Right,
and that's
right.
why I
They're-
love No Use for Names lyrics usually.
Sure.
Like in some of the earlier songs and stuff, they'll have all these like environmental lyrics and stuff, and I'm kind of like, oh, cool and all, but it doesn't really like. It's not
Yeah,
relatable. It's not like talking about the CO2. And I'm just like okay, whatever. Just like I like lyrics that are a little bit more like relatable and stuff and relationship wise. That's why you and I
agree.
really liked Sonata Arctica when we first heard them, because power metal is dragons and whatever stuff, and Sonata Arctica was like talking about relationships, and I was like, I like when bands don't do the typical kind of what they're expected. Anyways,
False news travels fast.
yeah. You guys ready for Always Carry?
Yeah, let's do it.
This one, it's a banger. This one is a sleeper hit for me. Like, I didn't love it in high school, but then the last few years, I was like, this song is such amazing.
When I'm awake at night, sometimes I picture you and hear those words again. You said I'm leaving. I couldn't hold you down, and I'd expected you would drown.
my turn, right?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, I really like that song. That song was a sleeper hit for me. I'd heard this album so many years, and then all of a sudden one day it clicked, and I was like, man, that song is freaking awesome. It's kind of just like a breakup kind of song, and being like, man, like I'm ashamed that I didn't see it. I like that line. I knew your favorite things. I didn't know that one of them was someone else.
Yeah,
I'm done
great.
believing. It's like that's how people feel like after like a breakup or something.
Yeah.
And I think it carries that very well. People named Carrie are just like, come on, man. Like
They're like bad jokes.
Bad jokes. I give it 9.5. I don't know if I give it a 10, but 9.5. It's really close. Like,
But
I don't know.
Jokes.
It's hard. We do good jokes. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I didn't know what this song was about until now, and that's the thing with this album is like I wanted to dive a little deeper and get into the lyrics and everything. So, but yeah, unrequited love sucks. We all know that. 9.
Been there, done
9.
All right, Chad. What do you put for this song?
Not much else to add. Kind of, yeah. Nothing more to add. Probably 8 on that one for me.
Yeah.
Just on the first listen.
Yeah. You guys ready for Let It Slide?
Yeah.
Here's
I like
Let It
those
Slide.
little backing vocal. Anyways.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
All right, moving on.
Let It Slide.
Yeah, this is actually one of my least favorites on the album.
Oh
I spend a day and night.
Sometimes I really dig it, and other times I'm like,
Then finally realize there's really nothing going on. So why should I try to shake leaves when there's no one in my tree that I should care about? Let it fall, let it rise, let it be and let it slide. Let tomorrow come and take my time away.
I get sleepy with this song.
Yeah, I like. Okay.
And watch my friends get high. I really don't care who's to blame. They love to point fingers at you, 'cause there's nothing else to do but waste away my time. Let it fall, let it rise, let it be and let it slide. Let tomorrow come and take my time away. Let it fall, let it rise, let it be and let it slide. Let tomorrow come and take my time away. Let tomorrow come and take my time away.
What's gotten in our little Eddie?
alrighty, who starts on that one? Is it me?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, you.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this one I'm gonna give it a 7. Like, I don't hate this song, but like it's just musically, it's just very like boring.
Green Day kind of did
And-
it better.
Yeah, I was thinking of like Rise Against ballad too. Like
Swing Life Away.
Swing Life
Swing Life
Away,
Away.
and like I just
I actually like Sing Life Away though.
That's a good one.
I think
I like
Swing
that
Life
one better
Away
too.
a little better than Let It Slide.
Like Let It Slide
don't
is a
know.
good song, but it has too much of a campfire vibe.
Yeah,
for me. Like I'm just
yeah.
like acoustic at the campfire, and I
Yeah.
don't really like that kind of stuff. A lot of people do, but I don't really like
Yeah,
it.
I'll give it a 6.5. I'm gonna change it to 6.5.
Change it,
I do like it more than average, but not by a long shot.
What do you think, Chad?
Oh man.
Just let it slide.
Yeah, just let it rise, let it fall, man.
At least it was only 2 minutes, though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at least it wasn't like
it
super
doesn't
long.
overstay its
I'll
welcome.
do a
Yeah.
6.5 as well. Not copyright. But I feel like that's a good rating since like it didn't do a lot, but it didn't suck.
It's not.
Just,
Yeah.
It's kind of just there.
Yeah. 10. No, it's probably one of my least favorites on the album too. Sometimes I'm really in the mood for it and I really enjoy it, and then other times I'm really bored with it. I think I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I think I'll just give it a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ready for 6 Degrees from Misty?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
These next like songs are pretty
Yeah.
like yeah. So
Yeah, I agree.
When you are little,
This intro is so iconic to me now.
I know, and it's like
nobody else, the drugs and alcohol.
This one's like their funniest. Has the most funny lyrics on the album.
Friend of the family, find out the phone. She gets inside your mind with everything you smoke. That's why your conspiracy comes from some words she spoke. The rain starts on my misty. One but she's like 3. She always has to be behind every little problem I face. I try to iron it, but there's a walk between our legs. She's high blinded as you follow me. Maybe I'll go to Paris and France and meet the Pope and someone to be with for life. A place far away where she never could find us, yeah. Everything that's a mystery. She's hiding in that tree. I'm swimming at the beach and she's got submarines and high technology. She runs my life and in my dreams at night. And everywhere I go, I'm only 6 degrees from Misty.
I think it's Chad's turn. I think you can start on this one.
Am I missing something? 6 degrees from Misty, huh?
6 Degrees.
Huh.
Like, gotta read the lyrics again.
Yeah, maybe.
don't worry, Chad. I'm feeling the same way.
I always just thought it was kind of a paranoid song, like
Yeah,
some
like just
chick,
conspiracy.
yeah, and like every single
I'm
time
like,
something's bad, like it just
Yeah,
reminds them that Misty's like
Misty.
fudged up his life or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. I always thought that was
I
kind
don't
of
know,
funny,
but then I was like, is there something like he's going for, or like?
yeah. If it is deeper, I don't know.
Like, I mean, yeah, that one was kind of 7.5 for that one.
Yeah. That one, I think I'm gonna. I do feel like I have a lot of nostalgia for it. But at the same time, I don't know. I think I might go 9. It's a great freaking song. I really like it, and it's really short too. I don't know.
I kind of feel like when it starts, when you are, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. But it really loses steam by the end of the song. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I feel like the song just doesn't hold as well
as some of the others.
Hold it together, you know. And some of the vocal lines were a little odd, but I don't know. I liked it about this, similar to Pride, track 8. So
man, I'm giving it a 9.5. I think the more I think about those melodies, I'm just like I really like it. Like it's just like I don't know. It's really catchy.
Dude, he's crazy.
Everyone's I don't know. I think it's because it's so ingrained I think it's a great catchy song, but
It's just not sad enough.
I liked you better sad.
Sad.
You guys ready for Coming Too Close?
Yeah.
This one's really good. This is a classic as well.
Yeah, this is a classic one.
This one could have been like a single, but then again, half of these songs probably could
There was a
have
time when you would come and go. Now there's no time left to react. Just as it starts to heal, it comes a bitter end. When you were all ready to leave my side, and then you're coming too close, and I can't pretend that I'll pick you up or let you come in again. We've been through this before, so please understand that nothing in this heart can save you from the pain you seek. If you pick up your phone, please don't call on me.
I almost was thinking it's gonna go from freaking track 5. Still got that out of my head.
No one can save you from me undertow. Nobody can blame us for the past. Just as I started thinking everything's alright, you showed us early that your dead time was your last. You're coming too close, and I can't pretend that I'll pick you up or let you come in again. We've been through this before, so please understand that nothing in this heart can save you from the pain you seek. If you pick up your phone, please don't call on me. Yesterday I saw you falling to the ground. Seems like things get worse when no one is around.
The drummer likes doing that kind of stuff.
You're coming too close, and I can't pretend that I'll pick you up or let you come in again. We've been through this before, so please understand that nothing in this heart can save you from the pain you see. If you pick up your phone, please don't call on me.
Pretty catchy riff.
All right, Ian.
Is it my turn?
You're up.
What's funny, dude, is I think the first half of this album is way sadder than the second half.
Yeah, yeah,
like way
way
sadder.
for reals.
The second half is not nearly as sad. I give that one a 9.5 as well. I don't want to give, well, maybe a 9. I don't know. It's a great song, but sometimes I feel like I've heard it too much. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
I've just it's too catchy. It's too melodic. I've heard it a lot.
too much.
It's too much. You know.
I'm done.
I'm done, man.
All
No,
right.
but it's still a fantastic song. It's like a staple. You know, if I was making a greatest hits, I feel like I'd have to include it because it's a great catchy song. But I feel like I've heard it too much.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5. So when I go through this album, the album does lose me a little bit, like with the 8, 9, 10, like that area of the album. But when this song comes on and everything,
It rejuvenates.
it rejuvenates it, and then I'm like, man, this was a solid album. You know, I like the pause. I like the "you're coming too close." You know, it's just, you know, I like the talking part. I like the chorus. Like, I feel like it's pretty solid. Maybe it drags a little bit towards the end. Like, I don't need a but it's a minor gripe though. But yeah, what do you think, Chad?
Um,
I was thinking about raising it, but I'm gonna go with my prejudice still.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chad?
Prejudice. Yeah, first half definitely sadder, but like it is just it's a catchy freaking song, dude. And I mean that's what some of this punk's for. It's just to like throw on, have fun, be a little catchy, be sad at the freaking beginning. But and I think I had a little bit of trouble with his voice when I like was listening to this on my own. But it's definitely grown on me a little more. I think a few more spins and I'm gonna probably I'm enjoying it. So yeah. But I didn't love that song though. Probably an 8 for me. Yeah, right up there with number 9.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready for saddest song?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It better be sad, dang it. No.
Oh, it better be.
Actually, not the saddest song.
That's a pretty big
This one reminds me of like Process of Belief, Bad Religion, for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a
similar
good album.
vibe. Yeah. That'd be cool doing that album sometime. That'd be cool.
What's wrong with everyone? There's a panic in their eyes.
Like this vocal line
Like others getting closer, aliens in disguise. They spell conspiracy on the lips of dearest friends. Reminds me of a time long ago. They think it's the end of what we have created. It's not life, but now we hate it. Life is as simple as the mighty The truth is a waste of time when we're conditioned to understand lies are the right way as we watch them blindly leading us blind. Everything that we see is another suffering. Learn to enjoy the message your TV is delivering. You're safe behind the glass, like being at the zoo. The face of guilty thoughts turns around and looks just like you don't want to be another victim, but to watch them suffer. Organize, desensitize, and train to wake up at 6 a.m. Come back in bed by 10 where the feeling is safe and warm. Horrified by any change, living by consensus, destroyed by space, pretty pictures at the same time will do us more harm.
Yeah, it's very Bad Religion-y.
They need to be big words though.
Yeah, they're big words, though, yeah.
Super Bad Religion.
We just go on, like if this is a saddest song ever, so. Good song, but I think, what, is Chaz going to start,
Is it?
or is it,
Did I
I never remember this stuff,
I'm not
guys.
sure.
This
It's
like,
me. I'm up.
This like leads into the next song.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What do you think? Hospital. Weed. Dude, yeah, that's funny that you made that association with the phone call.
Freaking over.
Yeah, freaking over. That's pretty funny.
Hospital.
Yeah.
I forget how that.
Is hospital. Just
Yeah.
That's pretty
Wild
cool.
crap.
Wild stuff.
Dang. I'm thinking either a 9.5 or a 10 for this one. I like this one a lot. Yeah. It's got some great melody. It feels a lot more like the first half of the album. It feels like some of those songs where it's more melancholic sounding and everything. I like the talking part. And I like the way the lyrics kind of like, you know, looks like you don't want to, you know, and that carries over and stuff. And like, yeah, I'll hear your guys' thoughts, but yeah, I'm leaning between a 9.5 and a 10. What do you think, Chad?
I think I'm actually gonna go with a 9 on that one. I do feel like it had Bad Religion vibes. That's why.
Yeah. This is not Bad Religion.
And the lyrics, like the saddest song. Like I get what he's going for, and some of it was kind of sad. But not the saddest.
Not the saddest.
You know?
Yeah, not the saddest.
You know?
Not the saddest.
Not much more to add on that one. I'm going with a 9 on it, though. I did like it.
And the life that TV's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
TV,
Being safe behind that glass.
Yeah. I give it an 8. I think it's a solid song, but it just doesn't get me like some of the other ones do. It's one of the weaker songs for me, but I like it more than Pride and Let It Slide.
Do you guys... Oh, sorry.
I didn't know that song would be that controversial. I thought everyone had the same opinion as me. What were you guys going to say?
I was just going to say 9.5 for me. But you could carry on this
this blasphemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know what this last one will be. You guys ready for
how come
Room
it's
19?
What's lacking?
It just kind of goes. It's like, you know,
Wait, how does 6 Degrees from Misty?
That one's a banger. This one is 6 degrees. That was a banger.
6 Degrees from Misty. It does kind of go, and it loses
I feel like Saddest Song is too long. It's like 4 minutes. The song ends at 3 minutes, and then they got this long outro for a minute. You know, it's just
yeah, exactly. They do the Bad Religion outro.
Yeah, well, man, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I just think it's late. We like using movie references that people don't really use that often.
Right.
So like one of the funniest movie references to us sometimes is like it's on that movie 12 Angry Men, and they're all like, "Why did you say that he's like not guilty?" And he's just like, "Duh, I just think he's guilty," or whatever. Like he has no reasoning to.
He wants to go to the baseball game.
Yeah, he wants to go to the baseball game, and I just think that. So, anyways, that's why we say things that we say.
I just
think it's an 8.
Let's press on.
You guys ready? Room 19.
We're cutting it close too, right?
Yeah, it's 2:00 right now, so we'll be fine though. You guys ready for this one?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah, this one's dope.
Good pick, by the way. Thanks, man.
Since you've been, and I'm dying. Is there something you would like to say? Just drop the present on the shelf by the flowers and make the feeling go away.
Foreshadowing. I wanted to go right into it.
Recall who was listening when I used to walk the streets at night, like a bird that used to sing. I was flying, I was happy all the time, and it's hard to look back. Better takes and different ways I can't explain. Another song to sing, it all was simplified. Don't know now what is right, but what have I learned? To live without it takes a day to live alive. I can't You'll never know the feeling of my bleeding heart.
It's Chad's
Yeah,
pick, I think.
you're up, Chad.
Whoa.
Well, boys, how can we bring this album down a peg? Nah, I'm just playing.
No, I did like that song. There are some words that he says when he's singing that like when he did flowers, it felt kind of whiny to me. But
Oh, not the bleeding heart part.
no, the bleeding heart. Like, well, dude, like the whole bleeding heart crap. Like, I can relate to that because I even have that crap sometimes. I'm like, why do I even fucking care? Like, stop. But yeah, man, that I did like the song though. I thought it was good. I don't have a ton to add. Man, probably a 9 on that one for me. 9 as well.
Yeah, I give that one a 10. I think that the melody, there's something so forlorn about that melody. The whole there's something about that melody to me that just fits in like a snuggly blanket of like freaking, it's just like that melody is just so warm to me. It's just freaking awesome. And then I like how it ends that way. And yeah, I think it's a kind of a beautiful song, a little bit sad. It's kind of just like saying you'll never know. You'll never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one a 10. Also, it's a great closer track for this album, And every time this song ends, it always just makes me like, man, this is such a great album.
Yeah,
And it just, I don't have much more to add, but yeah, I like the vocal lines and everything. I feel like this song is a little bit more like poppy and everything,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
still
just
a little somber though.
I like the bridge and the way it's like, and then it goes into it.
I love that line. Did you know that I was just as young as you? I had a job, a home, a
dog,
family, and a
fish.
I don't know. There's something about that
like
line.
that song.
It's like, did you know I was just as young as you were?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about that kind of hits a melancholic chord for me.
Did you know? It's a fantastic song, man. I like it a lot. Like it's definitely in like my top 3 or top 5 for this album. Like
me too.
1 and 3 and maybe this one. So anyways, fantastic song. But Ian's tallying up all the scores. Chad, if you want to go ahead and do your closing thoughts on the album, I'll go ahead and close out the album, and then you just gotta talk for 10 minutes.
Okay. Ian taking his time there.
Ian to do his counting.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, dude, because it brings me back to like my childhood. Even though I didn't listen to this, I like this type of music. Even though all my friends were like, "That's pussy punk. You gotta like freaking his hero is gone and choking victim and like all that other stuff." And I still like some of that crap too. But dude, I'm always gonna freaking love like Green Day, Offspring, and then now like I feel like I can jump into these guys and listen to them a little bit more and maybe kind of though it's not nostalgic because I didn't listen to them, but they might fit in that category for me. It's like, dude, I listened to Green Day and Sum 41. Of course, these guys are gonna be up there too. Like, so I did enjoy this album. It was an awesome pick. Man, I didn't realize how fudging just brutal some of the lyrics were gonna be.
Yeah.
And his voice and just the melodies, it's just very somber and melancholic, and it fits at what he's going for. I always wonder if he could do like a NoFX type, like fast and just crazy, but do they ever do anything like that? Or
they have faster songs that are like in their older albums.
Okay, the older albums.
Yeah.
All right. But I did enjoy it. Awesome pick, Kevin.
Thanks, man.
That's my closeout.
All right, Ian, you got the scores.
Alrighty, I have the scores. Well, gentlemen, a great deal of money has been invested in this project, and we can't allow it to fail. Yeah, pretty dope. I love how we have all these disparate freaking references. Like we've been doing a pop punk album, and we're all just like quoting metal stuff. Yeah. This is funny. So Chad gave it the lowest score. He gave it an 8.53. Kevin gave it the next highest score. It was a 9.03, and then I gave it the highest score, a 9.1. So all of our score on average was 8.88.
Respectable.
So
yeah,
a lot of 8s.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Should I just share just my thoughts?
Yeah, go and share your thoughts, and I'll close it out.
I am glad you picked this album. I love this freaking album. I think that it's pretty underrated in the '90s punk rock album scene. You know, like it doesn't give as much due as it should. The songwriting is fantastic. The lyrics are great. If you like kind of that kind of music and stuff, there's no reason why you shouldn't give this a go. You know, fantastic album, and yeah, just a lot of fun to do this with you guys.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this album. I'm glad we did it, you know, and my one like goal going into this was like I want to like learn the lyrics more. I want to get more into these songs, and it was really nice to go into it with lyrics, and now I can understand better, you know, each song and what they were going for, what the band wanted to try and do with these lyrics and these songs, and instead of just being like noise, it's like, okay, I understand why, you know. And so I was pleasantly surprised that the lyrics were this good, you know what I mean. I was like surprised. I was like, wow. There's, I don't know, of course there's like nostalgia and some of that playing into it, but so closing thoughts, just great band, like support the artists. I know they're disbanded and everything, but you know, thanks for watching, everybody. And I guess Chad, you have the next pick, so you know, we'll
see. You guys know.
So anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one.